Hello! Welcome, apparently, because you couldn't hear a single word we were saying.
So it was the webcam microphone.
Yeah.
It was chilling out, making it.
Don't know why. It was fine earlier, and it's for some reason just decided to reset itself. That's pretty cool, little nosedive. You are a smart group of audience, Sepizza. Right. I'm with, my name is Colm, and I'm with designer Luke Williams, and
Hello.
we are playing Worlds Adrift Alpha Playtest 3.5. That's what we've been doing with the last 20 minutes as well.
That's what we were trying to tell you.
Yeah, you just wouldn't listen. You couldn't hear us, really, to be honest.
So I explained a lot of nonsense that no one ever heard.
Did you hear any of the last
I don't
20
think
minutes?
I did.
Possibly not. Luke, what are the differences between Playtest 3 and Playtest 3.5?
Cool, yeah. So that's what did I say? So
Word for word,
there's
please.
not a huge amount of changes here. We actually had a pretty active couple of months, and this actual version of the game is so old that we couldn't actually add anything to it without we physically couldn't add anything to it. So it's very, very similar to Alpha 3, but that was always the intention. This is why this playtest is only like a few hours long. We're just testing out the new, hopefully less laggy networking stuff. The only stuff that we've managed to sort of make adjustments to is we had people complaining about charge time on the
Oh, really?
all of the tree
you haven't
harvesting
said that to me
stuff.
before.
What was
the problem?
All of the tree harvesting, mostly the trees, and it was a problem because of the lag kind of made it really difficult to use. Two, you only got like 2 bits of wood for like 2 clicks, which is a bad sort of exchange rate, let's say, for interactions. And so saying when stuff costs like 16 wood to build, it's like 16 clicks just to build that one
That's
thing.
a lot of clicks.
So there's changes we've done to kind of relieve it for this playtest. It's not finished, not by a long shot. We're playing with a entirely new mechanic potentially for harvesting kind of stuff. That still kind of keeps our design goals, but is not a pain in the ass basically. So for now, we've reduced the time it takes to like get the shot, and I think tripled the amount of wood from each piece. So a single tree will give you like 30 something wood or something. So
Is that the final number?
no,
or
not by a long shot. No, like there's like the balancing now is just completely out of whack. So I'm trying to balance basically everything. So I've been doing. We've got all the creatures in with our latest build, so they need all sort of taming, so to speak. Don't take that as a feature thing. That's not what I meant. Oh, they'll take that and they'll run with it because they won't shut up about taming the goddamn beetles.
please don't.
I mean taming in like a numbers sense. Let's designers speak. And then we've got all of the material like harvesting, the parts balancing. So if I like get a low quality engine, how good is that? We've then got the weather as well, like how much power do I need from my ship to basically get me through the storm?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So there's a hell of a lot that is sort of going into the game that needs my attention, and so
We've comments from Narcissus and Mojo L. They're kind of going a bit more on taming. Taming confirmed.
you know Narcissus is one of our QA guys, right? So
I thought
That's
that was you
Malfoy.
actually. Is it?
that's Malfoy.
All right. Who's Mojo L or Mojo I?
I don't know.
Is there someone here?
I don't know. That's the only one I recognise. So,
All right. Oh, your secret's out, Narcissus.
yeah.
What's what's the plan for Playtest 4?
Playtest 4 is or Alpha 4 is gonna be mental. In terms of feature, you're gonna have creatures, and I was playing with them earlier again, and
Like
even
you do most nights.
like it's completely different. They feel more like Dark Souls enemies than like traditional MMOs,
Okay.
where they kind of walk up to you to get into attack range and then sort of start auto attacking. These little gits will just like you'll be there harvesting a tree, and they don't like that. So you'll look around and you think, yeah, no, I'm cool. And then one will come over a hill at full charge and just slam you off the island. And so you're like, ah. So it's a weird thing because the trees are everywhere, and you're like, yeah, harvesting trees super easy. but you've kind of got to be wary of the wildlife, which is the intended goal.
Yeah.
They're like harmless as long as you don't sort of start destroying their homes.
Well, they have, I suppose, yeah, it was last week's blog post from Mackins was about the fact that the beetles will only kind of, no, the manta rays will only kind of maybe get a bit aggro if you go within their vicinity.
Yeah, so the manta rays just hate you, regardless.
Right, okay.
So they're just aggressive creatures, so they'll attack if you get too close. And that's for them. We do have we have a few, not the final harvesting changes in Alpha 4, but we've made them a lot easier. There's like,
okay,
because right now you got to like get it like pinpoint accurate when you fire your thing, but it's going to be more of like a conal radius, so that should be easy enough to whatever to harvest stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll have the shithole crafting in.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
I mean, okay.
purely because like the guy whose feature that is, Rodrigo, you might have seen a few videos of him. He's been like just a lot of work going in other areas, and so we've got a version of it that I've been able to play and stuff like that. But not. I don't think you guys are in shot, by the way.
No.
Are you creeping out at the back there? Rodrigo heard his name, so now he's trying to intimidate me. It's at a point that I can play it, but it's not at a point where we would want to sort of subject you guys to it. But, you know,
I mean, ask any questions, because the most interesting one so far is, so where do you find the metal? I mean, in the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Although I suppose actually I mean, because some people don't really. Yeah, another person asked how to get metal. Where can you get metal, though?
So I was getting the metal at the moment, and this is still a feature we're still playing with. And actually, the way we spawn all this stuff, is we just dump it on the island, which is not that's not how it's going to work in the full game. What you'll find is that most of the minerals and ore and stuff you'll be finding in caves and stuff. I don't think there's any caves on this island, but basically anywhere inside the island is when you'll sort of potentially find most of the minerals and rocks and stuff like that. Difference is that isn't in there right now is that these caves will be like pitch black,
right,
and you'll have to get out your torches and your campfires and sort of go around and search for this stuff.
It's fair to say, really, that at this stage, if you're in Alpha Playtest 3.5, you would see a massive difference in 4.
Yes, I mean that stuff probably isn't going to hit 4. We feature a lot of 4 today. I don't know how, like, you know, how much I'm allowed to say, but that just means nothing to you guys. You don't know what, apart from the vague features I've told you, you're not really sure. But basically, that was today's, and that includes creatures, weather. New islands. We've got some of the. Actually, never mind. I caught myself. Go me. Yes. Apart from that, nothing
my heart
else.
skipped a beat there a little bit.
It wasn't a bad reveal. Not really. It wasn't going to be bad.
No, but we'll move on. Someone here is saying any word on US playtest invitations.
I don't know. I think. Did our current invites go out to people who've already applied? I don't think applications have been open for a while. But I think Alpha 4 is going to have another round of applications going out.
Who knows?
I'm fairly certain it will.
Yeah, we'll see. There
you go.
But yeah, this person is Playtest EU only at the moment. No,
there's a US server. There's a US server as well. So
then when you just boot up the game, you have the choice.
The Americans can have a go.
Yeah, exactly. It's fair.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh no, there we go. It's all itself.
So yeah, your role again. We discussed all this. It was great earlier on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're the designer.
Yes.
Sole designer of Worlds Adrift. This is your baby. Everyone else is kind of a hanger-on, really. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Why not? I code by just writing documents, and then you plug it into the computer. And it just works. It's pretty incredible.
It's amazing. Yeah, what for anyone who doesn't know, what's the role of the designer? Because they're rock stars.
The problem is that there's loads of different types. Like you could be like a level designer and stuff. The thing is,
what are you?
Well, I'm the only designer, so everything that kind of needs design goes sort of goes through me at some point. But yeah, that's just mechanics, balancing. Those are the fun ones. Get yourself in some space.
Right.
Oh, and right now I'm harvesting fuel, as you can see. There you go. They roll around. I think there's a bug right now if I just kick them.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's what happens when the physics gets a little bit.
Oh, can that stay
not
in
working
the game?
as intended.
I enjoy that.
No, it's not.
Ah,
it's
see.
You're not playing football, way.
I mean, there aren't that many football games on the market anymore, so
no, there isn't.
It's only FIFA and PES basically.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of like cornered the market. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just get in there and.
I mean, maybe you get some of that Rocket League cash, maybe, you know?
Yeah, that's
quirky
true.
football.
Yeah. See if I can...
Best bug ever, says Little Eel 93. Slickshot says, where do we find the crafting station? It's in your...
Oh, you make it, yeah. So you have like a number of items. Now this list is just, we just threw all the stuff in there.
Right.
You're going to find when you actually play the game a much smaller list of stuff. But yeah, you know, you'll have that in there, your crafting station and the shipyard, and you maybe have like a basic weapon, but that'll be it.
Right.
Got some explosives to blow up some.
Gentras says, will there be any... see if you can answer this. Will there be any small one-man fighter-like hulls, and conversely, large carrier hulls?
Well, the oh no, don't lose that metal. No.
Oh no.
Did it land on that? Oh, it's gone. Well, okay, so the hulls, you can make whatever you want. If you want to make a, because I don't know if you see on the forums, we've got some kind of screenshots as well.
We do
blog posts.
And we do have a
about
blog
it
post,
as well.
yeah.
And it's basically almost like this basic mesh editor. Oh, hello, fun.jpg. Oh. Hello, let's talk to him. Hi. I do. I'm interacting.
It's amazing. This is...
It's the future.
Is this the new Mitomo?
I think so. Why is that? Am I not even harvesting the metal there? Yeah.
There's a couple of people asking about where to find metal.
Well, I just blew up this rock, and I can get metal from that. But for some reason, some of them isn't actually.
Well, it's not actually going into your.
No, it is.
But yeah, so.
Oh yeah, so back to it. Yeah, so you can make a ship as small or as large as you want within reason. We'll obviously have limits, and your shipyard cannot build a massive ship off from the get-go. Basically, you're going to have a pretty crappy shipyard. You're going to have to, by sort of going around, we have this scanning device, and you can basically research, and as you go around and find ruins and old technology, your shipyard will get better and better, and you'll be able to build larger and larger ships.
Okay.
And have more sort of nodes for, you know, drawing stuff out of it. So yeah, but even then, like, you could still just make a tiny ship, but using all your like amazing technology, like turbine engines and stuff, you can make this super zippy, like fighter, one-man fighter jet, or you can make a carrier-sized thing. It's up to you.
I mean, yeah, that's quite cool.
The only requirement is that you have enough cores to hold the ship in place, which I should probably build. There we go.
Did yeah, because I suppose currently people only have fairly traditional kind of ships.
Yeah. I mean, like, so we're still using the old frame here, which is very boat-like. But some of the ones I've been kind of sharing on Twitter and stuff is they're basically spaceships, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're spaceships with propeller engines, which is pretty cool. And fun.jpg is too close to that explosion. Goodbye, rock.
They're new as well in this one, aren't they? Were they in 3?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Oh,
There's no new features in 3.5. Do you know where to find platforms for crafting ships? Sorry, sort of help out a fellow traveller.
Yeah,
here.
that's what Worlds Adrift is all about. Let me see here. I mean, people just wondering where to find metal. people are very confused about where metal is. Is there anything else interesting you can tell me about your job, Lou? So as a designer, are you just basically stuck in spreadsheets all day?
For the most part, and it's just like making sure that the game is. That's the sound of the fire alarm. We actually have to go. We have to leave the.
We actually have to go. Right. Fucking.
Let's go on a break.
Okay.
Hang on, let me turn the mic off. Oh wait, no, live.
Yeah.
And
we're not dead.
False alarm. Quite literally a false alarm.
That was amazing. The chat has blown up, Blue. That was for us. It was a great thing to happen.
We're still alive though.
Yeah. People just lots of lols and ha. Someone said, "Is someone smoking in the toilet?" Possibly.
There's
I
a
don't
very
know.
real chance of that.
Is this how the game never released?
That's it. That's just the last of the game. Then as the whole building goes down.
Yeah, that's.
But no, we're back. We're back.
I mean, I believe everyone seems to be calming down a little bit.
We're okay. We're okay.
So yeah, I don't know what that false alarm was. Spacey Jam says, "I can't believe someone is dead." Neil can I? It's a sad time for all of us.
Good. But back to the relevance of what we're doing. So now this ship right now is being supported by the shipyard, which is what I'm using to craft my ship. This thing I just built is a ship core. When I stick that on there, this can hold a particular amount of weight. I think at the moment it's like 1,000 kilograms or something. That's not relevant here, but when we do Alpha 4, all of the materials you get will have a weight to them. So when you build an engine, depending on what you build it out of, one, you know, like lead is not great for like building mechanical stuff out of. So if you build an engine like predominantly out of lead, one, it's going to be really, really heavy, and you're going to have like more of these cores to basically hold your ship up. And two, the engine performance is going to be bad because it's lead.
Very ominous thunder crash there.
Yeah, we've got thunder going on here as well.
So
it's all happening.
The world is possibly ending.
Yeah.
I found where.
So now I'm going to build a little respawner. So if I was to die, I'd basically end up. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see that little sort of hole in the rock up there. That's like they're not going to be called respawners in the final game. That's like who the hell in this world would call something a respawner? It's like a video game now. That's just what we've called it. And it's kind of stuck with this in. But yeah, if you die, you end up back in those. But if I put one of these on my ship, I can sit that there, and I can assign myself to it. Now, usually it has your name printed on the little gold bit there, but that breaks pretty much like intermittently between every build we make, which is a shame.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we'll be there for Alpha Playtest 4.
Yeah. So hopefully Alpha 4 will have your names on that. But that means now if I die, I can come back to my ship basically.
Gantros has another crafting question. As an MMO-esque game, with permanence and all, will you have permanent base building as an outgrowth of your shipyard? I could see villages being built around the shipyard with additional crafting stations for cosmetic items or other goods not directly related to shipbuilding. What?
Alright, so
you understand?
you can't build buildings in the game.
Yes.
You have little structures like I've done on land here, but there's kind of a way around it because your ship is not once you put like a respawn on it and assign yourself to it. When you log out, your ship will log out afterwards. So you find just like a safe spot in the sky and you can log out safely, and your ship's not going to sit there where someone can come along and just steal all your stuff. But if you don't put any sort of respawner on it, then it just exists in the world. It's not attached to you in any way. Like this thing now is attached to me, but before I put the thing on, anyone can come along and just sort of help build it or do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
But in regards to like building stuff, people have theorized, and it can happen, that you could just, especially with the new shipbuilding thing, because you can kind of do any shape you want, there's nothing that's really stopped you from doing like putting lots of little blocks and just sitting them on the ground, or put a few cores on them, have them float, and then you can kind of almost create like a floating sort of village, I suppose. Like, we don't really know because it's, as I said, it's a sandbox. You can kind of do what you want if you can kind of just play with the mechanics to do stuff like that.
So
that in theory is possible.
Yeah, there's kind of a, I suppose, there's a way around it.
Yeah, so if I wanted a permanent sort of base on this island, like obviously the shipyard's here, but I could detach it, stick some cores on it, float it up. Don't even need to put any engines on it. You know, you might put engines on it temporarily, and then rip the engines off. You know, and just leave this floating structure. And yeah, maybe it's a particularly great island. So you just have this like almost floating, almost like a space station, I suppose. And it is technically still a ship, but you kind of just repurposed it.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That's the kind of stuff that we want players to be doing. Like, it's cool that we have this tool in there that's quite versatile, and you can just sort of do with it what you want, really.
Someone asked a question here.
Just building some more engines.
Where is it? I found it quite interesting. No, I can't
some more trees.
find it. There's something about the cores, and do you have to put cores on the top of the ship? Or is there an advantage? There you go.
Oh, okay.
From Colm, is there any reason to not put the sky core under the deck, where it's safer?
Not really. No. So, I mean, that's just, that's something you might choose to do. So that's the reason you kind of obviously want maybe a lower deck. So I can just go there and stick the ship core under there. And then the intention is, if I go and actually, let me just build this engine now. I need a bit more.
I mean, Herb has a tough act to follow now.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's because I'm just being so informative. I'm dishing out the secrets. Herb's very...
He's gonna be...
He plays his cards for the future.
He does indeed. So
you're not gonna get much out of him.
Right before you leave, or if you'd like to, you can do it like an actual, like a chat show maybe, where you stick around when Herb comes in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be good. And I kind of just sit on the end, and
but you can
I'll chime in every so often with a sarcastic comment.
Yeah, a little kind of
What am
quips.
I still missing here? There we go. No, wait, hang on. I don't have enough. Oh, damn it. That's magnesium, and that's bronze. What have I got here? Hang on, I've got like, what's that? Is that all? Oh, I've only got nothing. I've got lots of bronze. Oh wait, hang on, no, I figured it out. Yes. You can't use 2 material types in this slot, but I managed to rearrange it because I had a lot of bronze and no magnesium. A little bit of brief reworking.
Little Eel 93. Any update on that social?
That's the thing I almost let slip earlier, actually. But,
oh, that's what they're talking about. All right, because I was like, what does that mean? Okay, I'll pretend I didn't say anything.
Well, no, I mean, the only thing is that you'll probably be seeing it soon.
Yeah, and
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's been sort of waiting for
a while
for people to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
A while, actually.
Penguin.
Why is it always dark? What's happened here? Have you got cheats on this thing?
Yeah, I should do. Yeah.
Someone's gonna read. Oh, you're gonna read the cheats, but you know you have access to them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I
I normally get given out to for showing cheat.
Yeah, there we go. Daylight. Let there be light.
Dino saw it. What is the R button meant to do?
You know what? I'm actually just gonna give myself some metal as well.
The R button is just ragdoll, isn't it? I think.
Oh, yeah. If I is that ragdoll on now? Yeah. Well, so at the moment it's just like planking. So you can just run and just be like, "Come on, tree!" Ooh, I'll just nut it. That particular like feature is super. Well, actually, it's finished in our latest build. It's not finished in this one.
But it does serve a purpose, doesn't it? Like if you get caught in the environment or whatever, that's the purpose.
That's the purpose.
Funny.
It's to just get angry at stuff and just nut it. Basically. Just sprint at rocks and go, come on then. Ooh.
Cool Techie asks, is there a bottom of the map or do I just fall forever?
You will. You'll fall into like the crushing death clouds and die.
Okay, so
basically there is a bottom.
Yeah, it's not exactly
Yeah.
some form of bottomless pit. No, so what we're going to do, we don't have an awful lot of time left, but we're going to get Herb.
Yeah.
Can you come join us, please?
Sure.
Up next, our final guest of the evening is, we found out earlier, the producer of Worlds Adrift. It's Herb Blue!
It's like a wrestling introduction.
Yeah, but if you want to I can give you a proper one. Herb,
What do you want me to say?
Well, it's like a chat show, so I think you'll play.
so you're gonna go and
we're
you're
gonna
gonna go
go.
here and you're gonna play, and Luke is
Should
gonna
I
go
just
on the
go-
end.
Should I go on the end and I can join
Go
in?
on the end, get sarcastic comments every now and again.
Yes!
You know.
Alright.
Andy Richter.
Oh, give me the comments and I can go through them.
Brits
and-
don't
Oh,
get that joke.
brilliant! My love, my Debbie McGee. That's probably, I suppose, it probably shouldn't be
I don't know
safe.
if I'm still in the shop, but...
Herb, how are you?
I'm good. What are you guys doing right now?
We're
the ship?
streaming.
I was just explaining
with the ship?
building stuff.
Yeah, Luke was making a ship.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I don't think he said anything he wasn't meant to. Came close.
I came very close. I'm only missing the helm, actually. I was just showing them the metal. I didn't explain it, but... Oh, no, there's no fuel tank in there.
So, what do you do, Herb?
I'm the producer on the project, which means I take all the blame for everything. That's my job.
Right, that's it. That's your
That's,
soul.
yeah, that's on the job description.
Right, but I'm sure there's a little bit more to it, like making sure it's a well-oiled ship and things are getting done.
Yeah. I mean, the...
Are you just a whip cracker?
No. To be honest, so the producer is like sort of manages the team, helps everybody work together a little bit better, and helps communication because everybody on the team is really motivated and passionate about what they do. So they just get their head down and work on something, and they'll try to solve the problem by themselves always. Part of my job is trying to get people to help each other, talk, communicate, coordinate people, and then obviously there's a lot of the task tracking and time management and scheduling and budgeting and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But, I think that the heart of the job is to get the team to work a little bit more cohesively.
Okay.
According to like a shared vision, basically.
Very good, very good. So what, like I was talking to Luke about the specific changes to between 3 and Alpha Playtest 3.5, and it was fairly kind of minimal.
Yeah, I mean,
suppose.
really, we, 3 had some big problems that we didn't know about until we tested, right? So that's the point of these alpha tests. So
Yep.
we can fail before we take anybody's money.
Yes.
So, we found some network issues on the back end, and especially it really manifested in terms of lag. So we paused all the feature stuff for the next alpha. We continued to develop it, but we didn't want to put it into the next alpha. We wanted to fix all the networking stuff. So the only real way in game development to confirm something, and software development in general, to confirm something is fixed, is to hold the other stuff constant and make sure that you just make this one change and this one change fixes it, and you know that this is it's like a scientific experiment, right? So we really wanted to hold mostly everything the same, and just fix the networking stuff. So yeah, the game seems to me from a few minutes here that a lot of the lag stuff is solved. Although not, there's more improvements to come, of course.
Okay. Very good.
So I think the only real thing that we changed is we changed the harvesting quantities, which is something that really wouldn't break anything.
Yes. Luke was talking about that. How it's. Do you want to tell me in a second?
Well, just there wasn't a huge amount of changes we can make because we can't update this version of the game with features. All we can do is just tweak certain things.
Okay.
So we were able to tweak how long it takes to charge your thing and how much wood is gathered, but in terms of mechanics, there's not much we can do with this. We're now completely focused on Alpha 4 and all of that stuff.
So what's in Alpha 4? Herb, Luke was saying there's going to be creatures.
Yes, there's going to be creatures, there's going to be weather, there's some other new cool stuff. The character itself will be cooler, there'll be a lot more customization options for the character, so you'll be able to put on different hats and clothing options.
People enjoy hats.
Yes,
and
everybody loves
dressed
hats,
up.
right?
Yeah.
What else? Would be one of the biggest things we're looking forward to is the first of our character progression stuff. So,
Right.
unlike other MMOs or RPGs in general, right? Which most MMOs are, we don't have stats on the character, strength, dexterity, like level, you know, cast a level 5 spell versus a level 3 spell or anything like that. So
like everyone's pretty much on a
yeah, even if you played the game for a long time, your character behaves the same way. The only real difference is access to additional equipment and obviously your player skill, which is a very important thing for us. Or we want the players to be the player skill to be really important in terms of how like how well you play the game, how well your character does.
If you watch Herb's rope swing, it's be a lot worse than mine.
Oh yeah.
See, watch how he just misses. See what I mean? That's an example. I love the way that you went to try and prove me wrong and just clean fell off the island.
We're gonna try that one more time. All right, here we go.
Wow, you sure showed me.
See, I don't spend my working day messing around playing video games.
yeah. Oh, you too. So we. Creatures,
yes. So what I was gonna say is the first the progression stuff. Yeah,
progression stuff.
Luke just you know, just trolled me. But
he does that.
No, but the first of our progression things is the learning additional schematics. So right now everybody in the game has the same list of schematics down here. Right? Everybody can build the same stuff, but obviously that's not gonna be how the game works eventually.
Yeah.
It'll be like, as you travel through the world, as you discover new islands, as you scavenge resources, you find ancient caches of stuff that's left behind by these ancient cultures before the world blew up. And you learn a little bit of the technology, you learn a little bit more, and you like learn how to build additional types of engines and wings, and you learn a little bit of their technology in terms of how they built ships and how they you know, made weapons of war, and not so warlike things as well. So for Alpha 4 you'll be able to learn additional schematics for engines, and because we're doing that, we're generating all these schematics procedurally, so there'll be like a really, really high number, like some billion number of possible variants, right? So really unlikely that you'll find the same engine as somebody else, almost impossible in fact in the beginning. And they'll look different, and they'll take on the characteristics of the metal that you put to craft them.
Okay.
So right now you craft an engine and it always looks the same, right?
Yeah.
Even if you make it with iron or magnesium or whatever it is. But it'll be different. Right? They'll look different, they'll have different stats based on what metals you use to craft them with, and they'll fly differently.
So basically, whilst your character won't actually have different stats, your ship...
Exactly, yeah. That's one of the things we wanted to sort of put into the world, where, you know, the progression is really tied to what you do, to things in the world that actually exist, and you can lose these things just like you can lose them in real life, right? But you'll always remember how to make them. So even if you lose all your stuff, crash your ship, get wrecked in a big fight, you can always craft additional, gather more resources and build your ship from scratch again, or build it a different way and improve how you wanted to, you know.
And running up vertical surfaces is not.
I mean, I think it's a very incredible Hulk. I enjoy it. Did you ever play? I think was that on PS2? Or was it?
What's the game?
Oh, was it the Incredible Hulk?
Oh, the Incredible Hulk. No.
Yeah. I was like the Incredible Hulk, Rampage, something or other. Oh, great game. It was like a better prototype. Did you ever play Prototype?
It's a game.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Is it worth finishing the ship or just spawning in another one?
Okay, let's finish it.
There's only a helmet and fuel tank.
Helmet and a fuel tank. Needed, you mean?
Yeah, that's what you need.
Okay. Let's see. Let's build the helm, scash of helms.
I died, just cheat some stuff. That's what I do.
I can't see what I'm typing.
No, just remember it. Oh, there you go.
Is anyone say anything interesting in the chat, Luke?
No.
Your space bars.
Just naming the game that you were trying to do. To flip the components in the shipyard, you press Z or Z if you're one of the colonists.
One of the what?
Colonists.
Colonists.
What have you got to this? Oh, and that rusted wing is like an old, an ancient wreck. It can't be used, but you can scan it for like basically research.
Which is that research then like
You can use research to, in a number of ways. We haven't quite fleshed out exactly what you're using for, but one will be sort of generating new schematics and stuff, and I suppose what could be called a schematic tree, similar.
Can't see. Space too dark.
No, not everyone can use cheats, just we're on a developer account. So, and for some reason nighttime gets stuck, that's why I had to make it day.
Is it still getting stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
this
Luke's
build?
had to cheat.
And it's really
I don't know why, but it means everyone playing it just is playing in darkness.
This is in Alpha Playtest 4, how you mentioned the engines will be different and stuff. Is that actually going to be in 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So these are like pre-made engines. And
This is probably the last time where
you'll see these engines.
this combination. I mean, you'll see this combination, but it's one out of however many, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I think Ian, one of our eyes, had all the possible combinations of our engines laid out earlier, and I believe there was like I don't know how many,
There's
600,
lots. There's
something like
hundreds,
that.
yeah, right now.
Like, it was just row after row after row.
Because our ship parts are going to be, some of our ship parts are going to be parts. So we're going to generate the stats first. Say this says this engine is it's a rare engine, or a really uncommon engine, and it has this much power, this much fuel efficiency, whatever it is, and based on these stats, it should use these parts, these assets, right?
So, like, do you foresee, say, this type of ship? Is this going to be what, in general, people will start off with? Do you think? Is this going to be like a kind of a beginner ship?
Well, the shipbuilding is also going to change. So right now, we're using kind of a placeholder system that we have had in for months now.
Yeah.
To test the other aspects of the game.
They asked if they can give us daytime.
Yeah, okay. I can't see. Let's just retype this thing.
I think that's,
Start out. Maybe dawn?
Yeah, there you go.
Why is it? See, this is what I was gonna say is this is one of the unfortunate things of having having to retest this stuff is you can't put in all the new cool stuff that you've been working on because you're waiting to make sure that the fixes work.
Yeah.
So we have lots of cool stuff and it's coming in the next alpha. Okay, so let's see. We got the fuel, we got the engines. We should probably put on a couple wings, otherwise we won't be able to turn very well.
But there are, like, I suppose people have seen that ship, like, kind of be built, I suppose, in a lot of, maybe, I don't know, videos and stuff we've done. Like, you don't necessarily have to have, like, an engine there, a wing, Like, you can create whatever you want.
You can make the ship however you want. You can put engines facing backwards if you want.
Which is, I suppose,
and once you have the freedom to make the ship you want to make it, interiors, all that stuff, will also be...
Yeah, exactly. People will kind of see for themselves, I suppose, then what that the tool is kind of limitless.
Well, yeah.
Big of a promise.
No, they'll be able to like. To customize the ship to look and play how they want it.
The stats on the engines mean that some might be quite like slow to accelerate, but they've got a lot of power. Like when they're charged up, you're gonna go pretty quick. But you might be wanting like a quick nippy ship, so you might be actually looking at engines that have a much better acceleration than that. You know quite what you specialise in. But then you might get a combination. You might have I've got my quick engines to get me moving in a hurry, and then I've got these big old turbines at the back that are pure power. And when those things go on, I can sort of speed up. Yeah. So they have different properties that means that there's not really one engine is not better than like another type of engine. They're just they have different properties, and it's up like whatever you want to use them for, whatever kind of ship you're building. If you're doing a big heavy trawler thing, you're going to want really fuel efficient engines because you're like, well, I don't want to be stopping to find fuel like every 10 minutes. But the fuel efficiency will come at a cost. They might take a while to sort of spin up and stuff like that. So that's what we're sort of doing with all of our sort of ship parts really, like cannons and the engines and stuff.
I'll make sure I don't crash into this.
That's outstanding timing, or because I suppose we're kind of at the end. People it's just placement really, because we're not at our normal. You don't need to know. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you stumbled across this and have any interest in Worlds Adrift, you can visit worldsadrift.com/register, where you can register your in-game name and get involved in the conversation in our forums.
Yeah.
We're also on Twitter at Worlds Adrift, Facebook.com/Worlds Adrift, Reddit.com/r/Worlds Adrift. Bebo, I don't think we have a Bebo page or a MySpace page.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
Do we have what do the kids use nowadays? Snapchat?
We're not on Snapchat. We're on Instagram.com/Bossa Studios. Whatever. We're on all of the main ones.
MySpace?
Except for Snapchat, which Herb actually asked. MySpace, no, we're not, I'm afraid.
But yeah, I mean, after
Friendster.
No, we're not on that either.
After
we
all
should
this,
really get on it.
yeah. You can expect some
I hear
Alpha
there's
4
good things coming out of that platform.
details coming up.
Yeah. So thank you
look
very
out for
much
that
for watching. He's been Luke. He's been Herb. I've
Hello.
been Colm.
Bye-bye.
And
Where's the camera? Is it up there? Oh, it's
yeah.
I'm not even in it, look.
Aren't
There
you?
we go.
Oh,
The whole
that's
time.
such a shame. Right, bye, wave, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.